shoe box, but take a look on your arm and check it. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. You know, you got to do it to the beat, y'all. You don't.
You know, Harry, I had to let that run because that was just too damn good. That was just too good. I know the FCC was just like yank us off the air for that, but it was just too good. 50 years of hip hop. That is something. Something. Well, that was good. So thank you for playing that. Right? The Sugar Hill Gang? Was that the Sugar Hill Gang? Hmm. Yeah, what it looked like. What it looked like. What it looked like. What it looked like. I don't know. Looked like a whole bunch of fun. It's another hot day in the Elm, so I hope you all will be mindful. Drink some water so you don't pass out in these streets. It's hot out. And I don't mean drink a beer either, unless you're at the house. But if you're out in these streets, make sure you water up a little bit so that, you know, all your bodily functions will function. Oh, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5. Yes. Yes. That was my next call. It was on the tip of my tongue. And that's not a bad mix up though. That's not a bad mix up. So, oh, they're having a Spike Lee retrospective at excuse me, at Best Video. This burp I did. What an onion. So Karen Ponzio did a piece. I'm up on the New Haven Independent site. And the 1994 film Crooklyn, which is one of my favorite films. You know, when they were showing normal black people being normal black people. Ah, those good old days. So oh, they started it Tuesday night, so I missed it. I mean, I've seen the film. But the other films in the series would be 1998, He Got Game on July 16th, and 1989's Do the Right Thing on July 23rd, and then 2018 Black Klansman on July 30th. Well, that is an interesting mix because they could have shown a bunch of different films. So I have to guess I read the article to see why they chose these particular films and what the overarching theme was to choose these films. So, because I would there were some other ones I would have picked too, but Crooklyn is one of my favorites. It's just such a beautiful looking film. It's such a beautiful film, and Do the Right Thing is you know, to see Ozzie Davis and Ruby Dee is just, I mean, that's everything for me. I don't even know what the film is about, but that's everything. No, I know what the film is about. And you know, that's a great film. So it happens every Tuesday in July at 7 p.m. It's free and $10 for non-members. So I'm not a member, so I have to ante up $10. But I think I might try to make one of these. I might try to make one. So yeah, so the next one is the 15th. Yeah, and then the 23rd. The 23rd, I got a thing going on. And then the 29th. So we'll see what happens. See what happens. That's pretty cool. A little retrospective of movies. I kind of dig that. I do. I dig it. 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 So, all right. So let me sit back in my chair a little bit, get a little comfy. I'm feeling a little hot. I'm feeling a little warm. And uh this heat is not letting up for us. And you know, it's hot, but it's humid. You know what I mean? I think if it was just hot, people would be like, "Oh, all right, this is summer." But the humidity, I think, is really doing people in. And tomorrow it'll rain, and Friday and Saturday, so maybe it'll drop these temps a little bit. You know, we'll see. Air quality is good, better than yesterday. I'm looking at my location weather. The heat advisory, these conditions are expected to last until about 8 p.m. tonight. Then it should, you know, get a little, it's about 7 degrees above average for the temperature. You need moderate sun protection, people. Don't be on these beaches with no damn protection. And you're out there with just oil on. That's just a prescription for cancer, for skin cancer. The sun sets at 8:25 p.m. tonight. If it, you know, it feels like 87, but the humidity is making it feel a little bit more. So, no precipitation is expected until sometime tomorrow, maybe, you know. So, it's a little high. The dew point is 80% humidity. Just it's all right. We'll all survive. I don't have in Paris, it's 77 degrees. Cloudy, 77 degrees. The high of 77. Tomorrow will be 76. So this is perfect. What Paris is having the weather of my dreams right now. They're having the weather of my dreams. Although they're expecting some moderate thunderstorms tomorrow. You know, but I was like, all right. But if you've never been in the rain in Paris, have you ever been in the rain? Have you ever been in the rain? So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And so what I made was I made 3 eggs and I had some pico de gallo. Do you say gallo or pico de gallo? And threw it in there with some vegan cheese. And that was my breakfast this morning, as my stomach was feeling a little rumbly in my tumbly, to quote Winnie the Pooh. And you know, I'm up. And then I'm gonna head to the gym. Then I gotta come back and I gotta do some other work for some other stuff. I got a couple of things I owe people some stuff, so I need to get that done. You know, it's just one of these things where you just got a lot of irons in the fire. A lot. So yeah, I'll get into that. Um, okay. Ooh, South Frontage Road, a red light hit and run. Gosh. Gosh. Okay. So here's what I was talking about over there in that whole little corridor. Um, a 64-year-old West Haven driver died this morning after his vehicle was struck by a car that blew through a red light at South Frontage Road and College Street. And so the city police spokesperson, Christian Bruckhart, said that the fatal motor vehicle crash occurred around 4:30 this morning. Who the hell is speeding through See, now, you know, there's cameras everywhere, so it's just a matter of time before they get this person. The red light runner then fled the scene. You know, that's so pointless because there's cameras everywhere. They don't seen you. So they've not identified the name of the deceased because you know they got to notify next of kin. Um, but gosh, you know, 64. I'm 61. I mean, we could just be snatched from this life so randomly. Wednesday's fatal crash comes as the city is looking to install 19 automated traffic enforcement cameras, including 11 cameras focused on ticketing drivers who go through red lights at various locations across the city. Well, get them damn things up. Like, what? I mean, there's cameras already up. They're just not the ones that could, you know, be fast with the information the way that this probably can, you know. But whoever hit them, know that they hit them and then fled. I don't know why you're fleeing. You should have just, you know what? That's a terrible, terrible, terrible thing. That's terrible. And then they died from it. That's terrible. 4:30 in the morning. And they probably was either leaving work or going to work. Do you know what I mean? Because those people are the early people. You know, the people who take the early buses or get to their jobs early. Yeah, yeah. It's too much. For no reason, you know. And I know people get on that stretch right there, and if the lights are green, they just feel like, but the light wasn't green, the light was red. And so I guess they feel like, well, there's nobody else out here but me. You know, what kind of asshole has to really believe that they're the only one out here? And I see it sometimes in my neighborhood. They think, oh, I don't see anybody. I'm coming to the stop sign. I'm gonna run the stop sign. I don't see any cars coming. And then you're like, oh, ooh, a car. Yeah, you're not the only one out here driving. There's other people out here driving. And they like to get to their destination safe and sound. I think if you kill somebody on purpose like that, you should never be able to drive again. Isn't that terrible? I don't think it's terrible. I feel like that's not that's deliberate. When you running red lights, you know what you're doing. I know because I ran red lights. And then that just cured me right then and there. That just cured me. I don't know why it did, but it just did. It just cured me. And I don't run the red light for the sake of running. Like I only run the red lights. And listen, I'm justifying. I don't even want to justify. No one should be running red lights. That's just it. So from now on, the light is yellow. It's about to turn yellow. I'm not going to speed up. I'm just going to slow down and be like, okay, the light is yellow. The next light is red. So let me not. And I know why we do it because we just don't want to wait, you know. But I'm like, then you have to ask yourself, do you really want to get to your grave faster? Like, or maybe it is your calling to be called to death so quickly and so violently. I don't know. You know, how much of evading death is by our own hand and how much of it is divinity? You know, how much of it is our decision and how much of it is divine? You know, sometimes I think you could sometimes I think you could ask those questions when people do ridiculous things, you know. I mean, it doesn't alter the fact that we're all going to die. I think you can sort of circumvent in times of when you're making decisions about things like speeding and traffic and doing things that put you in harm's way. I do think you have some control over shutting that down. Like, do I really want to go to my grave early? And I think there's a modicum of control that you have when you do that. I think there is a modicum of control when you sort of sit at the light when the light is yellow and be like, you know what? Let me stop at this yellow light. Let me slow down because the light is about to turn red. Because I've zoomed through yellow lights, call myself slow, California under the lights, slow rolling under the lights, as if somehow or other that's better than speeding through the light. But if it's yellow, slow down so that you could come to a full stop. That gives me pause now because I have done it. I have done the light is yellow. I'll speed through it. because I don't want to wait at the intersection and blah, blah, blah. And how much of those kinds of decisions could cost me my life, and how much of it is divine intervention that I haven't lost my life. Do you know what I mean? Like that's a real thought. And I used to be annoyed when I would be behind slow people, driving. I was like, "Oh my God." But then I had some consciousness or awareness that perhaps that's angels unawares trying to slow me down and protect my life. And so now I think about that when I'm behind people who are obnoxiously driving. And I say to myself, this person is trying to save my life and they don't even know it. That's how I'm looking at this. That's how I've stopped being annoyed at people. And I just stopped just like a short while ago because I was damn sure annoyed a couple of days ago when somebody got in front of me and I was like, why? And then I thought they might be saving my life and I don't know it. I just don't know it. So I take great solace in that. Makes me a better driver. Makes me think about my mortality in a different kind of way. It makes me be present when I'm in my car instead of thinking about the destination and where I have to go. It makes me be present in my car, you know. And that has changed me. So now I have to add this part to it. No more sneaking under yellow lights. Just stop, you know. And no more being mad with people because they're trying to save my life and they don't know it. We're entertaining angels unaware, you know. We are entertaining. And I love that. So what do you get to do? Well, think and cut it out. That's it. That is it. Quit and cut it out and be mindful, So, yeah, yeah. It makes me think about, where were these people going? And they're going to catch up to whomever. And I'm sure they'll have some sort of story about it, you know. Like they'll have some sort of story. And it won't it won't explain or cause anybody to feel better about somebody else's death. It's not going to do that. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not gonna do that. So anyway, that's just one of those things. So more will come in the next few days, I'm sure, once next of kin to um, let's be better. Let's be better humans. We have the power to be better humans to each other. Uh, yeah. I saw it on the news this morning. That's why and then the New Haven Independent has a write up about it because on the news they're like, don't go down York, don't go down College, don't go frontage road. Like, don't be in that vicinity. It might be cleared up now, but I don't know when there's a fatality, how long that takes. Because people had to come and reenact that and all that stuff, you know. So, so anyway. What a day. So somebody's getting the news that their loved one has passed. So this is a weird day. And this kid missing, you know. I hope they I hope they find him, you know. Uh I hope they find him. I don't know if he's got any, impediments, you know, but it is quite challenging. It is quite challenging. So we'll see what happens. When we find out, we'll find out. When we find out, we'll find out. So, what else is going on in New Haven? There's a lot going on. The little library in front of my house is going strong. You know, I think it's going strong. I think people are embracing it in the neighborhood. I feel like that they are, you know. People come by, people I've never seen before come by. So it's been nice to sort of see, you know. Yesterday a brother brought a book by. He said it was on the ground up his street, way up the street somewhere. And he's like, somebody said it was a little library on the street. So he's like, I picked it up. I was coming this way and I just put it in. I was like, well, thank you. He's like, this is a good thing for the neighborhood. Don't be discouraged. I was like, I'm not discouraged. What are they gonna do? I mean, you know, you got to be pretty low to tear up books. You got to really have so much low self-esteem about yourself and your community to tear up something that helps your community. I really mean that. And that goes for adults and children alike. Something is disconnected in you to make you want to go to this little box and pull the books out and destroy them. Like, why? Like, what does that give you? What does that do for you? What does that make you feel? What are you feeling that is propelling you to do that? I'm very interested in that, you know, because that just means it's an uncontrolled mind. You know, your mind isn't sorted. You just and you have no control over your mind. You're just being impulsive and thoughtless, you know, because you are not thinking about, you know, you're not thinking about your community, and you're not thinking about your place in community, and you are disconnected from this community because you don't feel a part of it, and I don't know what that's about, you know, and maybe some harm has come your way and you don't know how to articulate that harm or process that harm, you know, or and this little library that sits on the street is just the thing that you could actually destroy because your anger um is so out of control that this is an easy get, you know. I think about this, you know, like why would you spend your time, you know? And I get some of these kids, you know, they're with their friends and their friends like, oh, you're gonna read, you know what I mean? Like, and they don't even know friends like that are not friends. Friends like that are not friends. Friends who encourage you to do the wrong thing and you know it's the wrong thing, and they're encouraging you to do the wrong thing, and you have no sense of remorse. You're not sorry, you're not ashamed, you're not embarrassed. That means you are lacking something characteristically that was never put into you. That was never put into you. when you do stuff like that, you know. And everybody has their moments of lowness where they do things out of character. I get it. I've done many things out of character, you know. So I know something about when you get to a place where you are disconnected from community and yourself for whatever the reason is, you know. So I'm just thinking about that kind of stuff, you know. So no, we shall not be moved. We're getting ready to celebrate Christmas in July. We about to celebrate Christmas in July, and it's gonna be fun, and we're gonna have a good time and sing some carols, and it's gonna be great. That's all. So, you know, that's it. So yeah, I worry about that kind of stuff. But we shall not be moved. We we shall not we shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. So anyway, that's what it is. That's what it shall be. Amen. Amen. Ashe. Amen. Ish, we shall. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. So yeah, so I love that people are coming by, putting little books in the book thing, and you know, people care about it. People are, more people in the neighborhood have ownership over it than even I know. And I love the English as second language folks who come, um, who like the books for children and for themselves because they are working on their English. I love that. I mean, how could you not love that? I love it. So I'm just letting you know, uh, I'm just letting you know. So I just do the work that I'm called to do. That's it. I sit on the porch, I pour wine, I I put books in the little library. That's a good damn black job right there. Thank you, Paul Bass, for this good ass black job. I appreciate it. This is this is a good ass black job. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's a good ass black job, and I'm gonna do it as long as I can do it. So that's it. So yeah, so it's summer, so guests are very thin for July. Then it starts to amp back up in August because we did a lot of talking this year. We had a lot of guests this year, which I love. I love, love, love. But people need a little bit of a break, a little bit of respite. And the folks that listen understand that. And I just try to talk about things. I mean, there's no fluff to this. I just talk about things that are important to me. Y'all know. And sometimes Harry jumps in and it's silly. Harry, we haven't had a good conversation about conspiracy theories. I know you got some brewing. There's got to be some good conspiracy theories. So maybe if you have time tomorrow, come and talk about some or what's new or what's exciting. And what are y'all doing for the summer? And are the kids still at the house? These are inquiring minds want to know. I want answers to all these questions. Are you still trying to recover from being on the green for Arts and Ideas Festival? I'm just trying to understand. Just help me understand. You don't gotta say nothing now, but maybe tomorrow if you have time, peek your head in. I know you're doing battle with the folks with the LoveBabz folks. You're having these conversations, but pop in sometime, say hi, let people see you again. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So I'm about to jump out of here in a few minutes and get myself ready to get across town to West Haven for my my weightlifting time, the happiest of happiest hours, and then I come back here and do some more stuff. So we'll see what happens. It's all good. Ife will be on tomorrow 10:15 to talk about her book awards, the Diaspora Book Awards, which I'm excited about. And you could win some money. There's some money to be had. It's just some real money for y'all to be had. Some of y'all can use that money to, pay for something for your book, marketing or copy reading or for your next book, or something. So maybe we'll get to the point where we can have a writer's retreat for the diaspora folks, come or be a writer in residence. So, but anyway, I'll see y'all tomorrow on Thursday. Y'all be cool. Be cool. I'll see y'all.
We had a whole lot of superstars on this stage here tonight. But I want y'all to know one thing. This is my house. And when I say whose house, y'all know what time it is. Whose house? Rod's house. I want to again, my friend, not a trend but van. They said rap was crap and never hacked this band till the ruler came with a cooler name. Made you dance and prance and drove the fans insane. Name is Run, my son, #1 for fun. Not a gun that's done and gets done by none. The other act, in fact, is just whack, I kill. What? It's fun, my son, and Run heads the bill. Who's house? Run's house. Who's house?